Welcome, everyone. My name is Marilyn, Stamping Creations with Marilyn. I'm coming to you on this Thursday afternoon because I have a date with my daughter-in-law tonight. So I was very pleased to be asked to go with her to watch the Oilers game, and I'm looking forward to it, even though it's minus 20 degrees Celsius here right now. But we will survive. We are Albertans. So I'd like to welcome you. I'm going to show you a couple of new and exciting things happening with Stampin' Up, and I'm going to show you how to make 3 cards quickly and easily with any designer paper and cardstock you have. So as you come on, please let me know where you're watching from. Visit with each other as we always do. We have a great community going here. Hello, Pam. Thank you for joining me. And we just like to keep in touch and share ideas with card making and whatever else paper crafting we like to do. So I'm going to switch my camera. I'm going to try and watch the comments as I go, and hopefully I catch them all for you. But this is my desktop. Hello, Maggie. Chilly where you are too. Yes, but it's January, so what do we expect, eh? So just a reminder, this is the book that I have for sale on Amazon. It's a journal that you can keep track of your projects, whether you're a card maker, quilter, knitter, crocheter, however you say those things. Lots of pages for you to keep track of things, and it's all in one place. The link to get that, I've been asked recently for the link for this, and the link I have put in the bottom of the description of this video. So that will help you. This is where you can find all my information. I'll try and leave that there and not run it away too far. And then I just want to mention to you that Stampin' Up! Has just came out yesterday with an exclusive join offer for a new Stampin' Positioner. It's a tool to help you stamp straight. And I know I need it. I don't know about you. And if you currently have a demo number, so if you're a demonstrator already, you can purchase it now up until February 2nd. If you do not and you want to join, that's why they're calling it a join offer, you will get it free with your kit. So a great deal. Mine's on its way. I ordered yesterday and I got notice today that it was shipped already, so I'm happy about that. Can't wait to share it with you. Bonus days as well, you would end up getting, for every $60 in Canada that you spend, you get a $6 coupon. Do not lose those emails because Stampin' Up! Cannot find those numbers for you. They're up to you to keep. And you spend the $5 or the $6 coupons in February when you place an order. And we will have another product of the month coming out in February, which we do not know what it is till it gets here. So that's something exciting to look forward to. This is the product of the month for January. I understand we can only buy, anybody can only buy one. And I understand that there are still some of these left, and there are still some of the paper, the blue paper as we call it, from December left. So if you haven't got those, $100 qualifies you for that. $100 order qualifies you for that. And then you can get this for $5. So the blue paper looks like this. This is a card I made last week, a couple of weeks ago. And I have done a draw from all of the comments. I see comments coming in, and happy to have you here crafting with me. And this card is going to go to Betty. Her name was drawn when I did the draw for that. So that will be coming to you, Betty. So I don't see any burning questions that I have to answer. So let's get started. I'm going to use this bundle, and it is Endless Love. It's on page 31 of our new mini, and the paper is gorgeous. I'll show you the paper that I have and how I'm going to use it. Lots of samples. If you've got a catalog and you're often wondering, what do I make? What do I do? There's samples here that you can case. You can look at them. They're quite easy to figure out. And if not, send me a message because I can help you figure it out. So I'm going to use the stamp set and the dies, which are beautiful heart ones. And I also have the embossing folder, but it's on not on that card. Oh, there's one I can show you at the end. That's all. So the paper, of course, looks much better when you actually see it. Beautiful reds, pinks, exactly what we think of when we think hearts and Valentines. Some of it is a lighter shade. Hopefully that's showing okay for you. And then these ones, I haven't cut this piece of it yet. And I just love how Stampin' Up! Puts their color coordination together, don't you? And this one is kind of a ombre effect. So it comes from lighter to darker. So great hearts on that one. So I will be making some more cards with those to try and get out for Valentine's. And this is what I've made to share with you today, is doing I'll make sure it's in the camera. It's called a slice and shuffle card. I found it on Mary Nabe's site. So I made these, and then I thought, okay, I've got enough paper, I can make another set to show you how I did it with other designer papers. So today I'm going to use 3 pieces of 5 by 3 3/4 of designer paper. Let's see if I can leave those in case you want to look at them later. So these 3 are what I've chosen, and as you can see, they're not the same as those with the other side. Well, I guess that one. Ah, this is the other side of that. Look at that. I forgot that. I'm going to use the other side today. So we need 3 pieces of that. We need 3 pieces of basic white 5 1/4 by 4. So that will go as this background layer here. So I don't know how about you guys, but I use a lot of that size. So I have this sitting by my desk. It's almost empty now, but I cut up a whole package of white and keep it in there, and it's so much easier than having to cut a layer each time I need it. Because then again, for the inside, I need 3 5 1/4 by 4. So I just went to that box and pulled out the number that I needed, and I was set to go. Did my stamping already. And then I do have 3 bases, as you might have guessed, 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, that I'm going to fold and make as my card base. So I'll do that. I'll glue the inside on, and then I will show you how I did the front. So let me know in the comments if you've done cards like this. I know sometimes they're called stack, cut, and shuffle. This one happened to be called slice and shuffle. And what other tips can you share for doing these kind of cards? If they're popular, they use some, I mean, you can make it with your 6 by 6 paper quite easily. So yeah, let's share. Let's keep our community sharing and enjoying crafting together. So question for you, if I will be back to hopefully Thursday evenings from now on until something else comes up, but is there ever a chance that you want to craft with me or just watch and maybe make later? Let me know, because I could certainly, I see others sharing their dimensions of their vehicles, of their cards, get the right words, prior to going live, and maybe people are crafting with them. I, for one, when I watch others do live demonstrations, I like to just watch, make a note of it, what day it was, what it was called, and then go back to it after the fact. So now I need my bases, and I need my paper trimmer because we're going to stack these and slice them. So oh, good. Maggie says, I've watched Mary too, and this is one of my go-to for making cute, simple cards. Yes, yes, she made it look so easy. I thought maybe I can do this. So I've got my 3 papers stacked together. I'm going to put the 5 inches at the top and cut it at 1.5. So you can see the 1.5 is here. Well, hopefully you can. And I'm just going to cut it up that way. Okay, so there's those 3 pieces. Then I'm going to turn and have the 3 3/4 at the top, and I'm going to cut at 2 3/4. Make sure I'm looking right. And that's all there is to it. We've got 2 cuts, and now when you place them, you just make sure you've got one of each of the designer papers on each of the bases. So now on the others, oh, that's interesting. That's not going to work. Well, you know what? It is going to work because I'm going to switch the orientation of that card. Maybe all of them. And really, so it's kind of like a puzzle, isn't it? I don't know if all of you know, but Pam, who's on here, and I enjoy doing puzzles, and we've done quite a few of them. And I was watching a video yesterday or today, Pam, that was saying how good doing puzzles was for your brain. It helped you make decisions, focus, like it was good all around. So we're going to keep doing them, aren't we? So then I'm just going to attach these. Now that I've got one of each design on each base. And if I do it right, I should have equal border all around and no space in between. Well, very little space. And I like to turn mine over like that. And so there's one. Keep chatting. Pam, that's why we're so smart. Yeah, we'll take that as an answer for sure. My brother and I worked on a puzzle here just before Christmas, and I was beginning to wonder if I was a puzzler because we struggled with some of it, but we got it done. And he left shortly after that. Maybe that's why. No, that's really not why, but it seems to be. And I have cousins that also enjoy doing puzzles, and it seems for us in this part of the country anyway that we do a lot more of them in the winter because we're not outside as much. And that's not very straight. So you can see how quick and easy these come together. And one more. And then we'll decide how we're going to put them on the front because, like I said, one of these papers is kind of a directional paper. But really, when you're, hopefully people don't worry too much about that. I know I don't. If I get a handmade card, I'm just tickled pink to get Happy Mail. So don't ever hesitate to send if you're thinking of it, because I think all of us really, really enjoy getting handmade cards, right? Okay, so there's my base. Now, if I put it on, they've all got to go that way because look at where my greeting is. So they're all going to go the same as the other ones, whether they were that paper's directional or not. Guess I made that decision earlier. But I have my greetings already stamped and punched or die cut out. That I should lay it here for you to look at while I'm doing this. This is the bundle, the dies and the stamps, and the dies. You can't see very well there, but look at the hearts. Gorgeous hearts, different shapes, different designs, an arrow, a double arrow there, a little bit smaller, and some X and O's and some little hearts. And this one's really cute. I've seen people take this heart and then this die cut this one out of the center of it so it shows through. So I'm hoping I will remember this set and use it not just for Valentine's. As you can see, the words are to and from, and you could use them for tags. Valentine's, yes, but love. I use a lot of love on birthday cards. So, okay, so there is the card fronts on. Now I have my little hugs and kisses. And these, you might notice I put them kind of close to where they intersect, but these, because I flipped them, I'm just going to place them somewhere I like. And then I have the bows tied already from this. And this is red and white baker's twine. I did look this morning and it is not available right now, but it will be back on February 9th. So I'm going to put these on with dimensionals if I can find. They have, they're big enough for the large ones. And then to attach my bow, I will use glue dots. I know, Pam, I think it's you that I've heard say glue dots don't work for you in your part of the country. What would you use to put these on if you had the bows? Let us know. Maybe there's a trick that the rest of us can use as well for and how do you decide? Like, do you do something like I just did? Okay, I'll lay it there, and I like the looks of that. I like the looks of that. I think this one I'm going to put straight. And this one I will put kind of at an angle at right across like that. So just lots of variety you can do. They're the same, but they're not. And now glue dots. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool and take a glue dot, if you can see, my camera will focus, kind of roll it so it's not huge size like this, because that does tend to be too big. Of course, now I can't get it off my Take Your Pick tool. Come on. And then I want to put the center just on there. And oops, I've doubled the baker's twine to tie that. I just thought it looked a little nicer with the double effect. But there's number 2. Well, and number 3. Oh, tear and tape. Okay. So you would use tear and tape for this, Pam. I have to use a small piece for what I'm doing here. I know that your liquid glue will work, but it takes a little longer to dry. So, yeah, I guess we figure out what works for us, don't we? And then continue to use it. So there are the 3 cards for today. And my camera is high enough now that you can actually see them if I lay them like that. These are the 3 I did earlier. And let me show you, forgot to show you some last week that we had done in our classes. So I have, these 3 are done the same design, but they're in the blues. The blue paper as we call it. So again, it doesn't matter. You can put circle, ribbon, whatever for your focal point. This one is one that I just did for the Global Design Project, and it does have the embossing folder on it. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. And again, with this set, these 2 I did last week with our Zoom with Friends. I play Words with Friends too, but Zoom with Friends. And it was a double collar fold idea, but again, with some with this stamp set and embossing folder and paper from a different package that we have. Another blue one that I had done. And these are the ones that we did last week in our monthly card class with an embossing folder, 2 layers. We did this flip up one with a window sheet in here. And this one with the 1-inch stylish shapes, the smallest square I cut them. And again, the blue paper, as I call it. So some had a great time creating cards, and I hope you have too. And keep in touch. Let me know if there's anything you'd like me to try, because I'd certainly like to figure it out for you. And barring anything foreseen, I will see you all next week. Take care now.